It is definitely a scorcher out there this time of evening, and right now temperatures are still in the mid 80s across a lot of the area. And by the way, warm spot Hilton Head 88 degrees and a dew point of 81 degrees, which is very humid air, by the way, in a lot of areas still with dew points in the mid and upper 70s too. Let's see what the heat index is in Hilton Head. It has to be outrageous. Yeah, 106 is still your feels like on Hilton Head Island, and a lot of areas feeling like the 90s. Richmond Hill still feeling like 100 degrees as well. And the bottom line is it is downright dangerous heat in the area. Even this time of night, bodies and homes are not cooling off very efficiently, and that's going to allow for this weather aware to remain our theme through the day. Monday, starting off at 82 degrees at 7 a.m. and low temperature night will struggle to get to 80 degrees. Warming up very quickly, by the way, low in mid 90s before noon. Then you start dealing with extreme heat by the afternoon. Triple digits are going to be made a run for again, a record 102 degrees at Savannah Hilton International Airport. And that's going to feel like over 110 degrees, by the way. Still a 20% chance of stray showers and storms, but the main issue is going to be the heat. Most of the area in a heat advisory until 8 p.m. Monday. The exception is for areas that will see heat indices above 110 degrees. Extreme heat warning, coastal, Bryan, Liberty, McIntosh County, all of Chatham, all of Beaufort, all of Jasper County. That is for these heat indices that could top 115 degrees. And out in Montgomery County, that is extreme heat warning from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. tomorrow as well. And the heat indices are going to be in the low to mid 1-teens across a lot of the area, particularly when that sea breeze comes in. That's going to allow for plenty in the way of humidity to stick around. So bottom line, hydration, lightweight reflective clothing, and try to stay in a well-cooled indoor area if you have access to it. And if you don't have access to it, try to find your way to it, because this is downright dangerous to be out in for an extended period of time without proper preparation. Now we are gradually beginning to see high pressure break down, and eventually areas of disturbed weather will move into the region. That is going to eventually bring those storm chances back, but your Vipercast for Monday is going to be mainly dry. Notice a lot of sunshine early, not much cloud cover to speak of until you get towards the afternoon. Allows those temperatures to climb in a hurry, and again we will make a run for 100 degrees across a lot of the area. Now looking at about a 20% chance of showers and storms, but not going to be much in the way of vertical development of that cloud cover. Any individual cells could of course bring a strong downdraft or two with damaging wind gusts, but again, model is not meant to be gospel, and the main concern is the heat, and you need to focus on the heat. Tuesday is still going to be quite hot too, but the main concern eventually becomes those thunderstorms, and not 40% coverage, but earlier model runs had a lot of this activity pinned to the coast. Now we're looking at potential guidance just throwing thunderstorms around inland. But bottom line, heavy rainfall and strong downdraft wind gusts are in play with that. That's out of the picture by the time you get towards the latter portion of the evening. But again, be mindful of the heat being the primary concern to the day tomorrow. Winds are going to eventually develop out of the west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Warm conditions continue, by the way. 80 degrees for the low temperature, downright uncomfortable, and that's going to turn into a scorcher again tomorrow as we're weather aware for extreme heat. Heat index numbers 110 to 115 are the main concern. May find some stray storms developing in the afternoon. Southerly winds will develop, and that will make things a lot more humid. On the water tomorrow, if you're going to try to beat the heat, south winds of 5 to 10 knots are expected, 2-foot seas, high tide around the middle of the day. In your extended forecast, again, keeping weather aware of the theme tomorrow with a lot in the way of heat, but gradually our more seasonal heat, humidity, and storm chances return towards the middle to end of the week. But Tuesday into Wednesday, finally things begin to break. Kaylee and Joey.
Only in Savannah, where it is crazy to say that 90 degrees is us cooling down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, again, folks, the most important thing, make sure you're staying safe out there. If you do need to be outside, have that water handy, have that sunscreen, and try to stay in the air conditioning if you possibly can. Yeah. Hey, Joey.
All right, coming up in sports, we'll hear from